So here's a really big mistake that a lot of new property investors make, but specifically when people are trying to get into commercial property. And I say commercial property because remember, applying for a home loan is very different than applying for commercial property finance or just doing a commercial deal in general. It's a lot different. But the mistake that a lot of newbies make is they try and do it without getting any guidance, no consultation with an expert. They just try and do it on their own. And I've had this happen several times where people book a consultation, for example, with me, and then I look at their deal, I assess their deal. They already maybe at the stage of trying to raise finance, and I look at the offer to purchase. Just the other day, someone had signed an offer to purchase, and I looked at this deal and I asked the guy, listen, check if you can get out of this deal because you've made a few mistakes on this offer to purchase. I would try and redo this. It happened with another guy also. He was buying his first commercial property. It was about I think a 3 million rand deal. And I looked at his offer to purchase and I said, dude, you you need to check if you can get out of this deal. Because the problem the problem is that when you've already signed an agreement and you don't know what you're doing, it's very hard to now go back on a signed legal agreement and now try and renegotiate it because you've already signed on the dotted line. So people are making this mistake that they don't consult any experts. They're doing their first deal. They just jump in. And I can't tell you how many people, they just make these huge mistakes because they don't want to pay someone else for whether it's a consultation or whether it's someone who specializes in helping people raise finance, whatever. They don't want to pay the person that money and they're like, I'm just going to do this on my own. And that's fine. But more than likely, you find that these people end up losing more money on the deal than they would have even paid the person that would have helped them. So if you're doing your first deal, just like put your pride aside unless you really know how to do deals and go and get expert advice. Go and speak to someone who's done deals before. Go and speak to someone who knows how to assess deals and get their input. If you need to pay them for their time or if that's a service they render, rather go through that than to make a mistake that's going to cost you even more money down the line because sometimes you can't fix these things afterwards. I normally just tell people, listen, I can't help you anymore. Like, you've already made the mistake now and you're coming to me after you've made the mistake. I can't fix the mistake. If you had come to me beforehand, then I could have told you, don't do this, do this here. But now you're already in the deal. You just have to roll with the punches and you need to figure a way to make it a bit better. You might not be able to fix it, but maybe you can just improve the situation on that deal.